BEEX project is a no-profit foundation about visual art and photography. If you want to help us, just drop a donation on buymeacoffee.com/BerlinExplorer. So welcome to this other 50 minutes of experience, and today I'm with Guillermo Espinosa. He's born in Madrid, based in Berlin since 2017. Although he has been doing small jobs related to product and event photography, and his main body work is street and candid photography. He makes also portrait, architecture, and is the first a great source of experimentation photography. But let's see what he say about himself.
Hello, Emiliano, and thank you for this opportunity. Very happy to be here and to share my experience with you. Yeah, well, as you said, I'm living in Berlin since 4 or 5 years. I moved from Spain around 7 years ago, and yeah, I don't know, I can tell you how I started with photography.
That will be really great to know. How did you start with photography? When you started with photography?
Actually, I didn't like photography when I was a child, like the 90% of photographers, that I didn't have a camera when I was a child or something like that. I really wasn't interested in that. But step by step, through experiences with my ex-girlfriends, the first one was very funny because so my first girlfriend basically was still in love of his ex-boyfriend, and he was photographer. And she always pointed me like, "Oh, you don't know how to make pictures. You don't know how to make photographs." And I was like, "Oh, fuck!" So jealous of him. And that was like the first German in my head that was growing. And yeah, step by step, I was just having interest on it. And my father bought a Sony Alpha Reflex, this old toy cameras, I tell, because they sound like a toy.
Yeah.
And I started playing with the Zoom kids on the streets and just asking people, "Hey, can I make you a picture?" From down, black and whites, editing really, really bad, post-production really bad. And yeah, I was having fun. I had some friends who also love photography. And I abandoned it because, yeah, I didn't know that you could make art with that. No? For me, it was more like the romantic idea of reporter, just to play during a couple of years. And then I said, okay, yeah, I leave it. But then I met another girl and she told me, okay, do what you love instead of being what you, I don't know, to survive.
Yeah.
I was working as a waiter during this time in Germany. And yeah, and I thought, okay, I love music, but I'm really handicapped to play drums. So I like to play, but not professional, of course. And the other thing that I really, really loved was photography. Just the act of photographing. I didn't have any idea about photographers or nothing, no, famous. And yeah, I bought camera, super cheap camera, film camera, Nikon F501. I still have it. And I said, okay, I'm gonna buy a couple rolls. I know digital was really developing that time, it was 5 years ago. But I thought, okay, I'm gonna try to investigate here. And I was doing that in Berlin. And step by step, I saved some money. I bought a digital camera just to improve a little bit. And yeah, since today, just working hard every day, going on the streets, and trying to learn, experimentate more techniques and other kinds of photography also.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's a nice trip.
I'm really curious. I'm watching your picture right now, and also what I watched before, but now I'm discovering more from your Behance gallery. and there is a folder of portrait you have made in the street, and that's so fucking cool.
Ah, thank you.
There are some of these made in the street, and especially in the underground of Berlin. And I love how you take this picture. They are from a perspective. It's really particular and singular, I think. And in a way or another, you don't destroy the naturality is on the picture, and when you do it that there is always something funny. And there is one, especially I'm curious to know how you did it. I mean, in general, what was your feeling also that there are two Asian guy, one with the phone
Oh yeah.
in the huban, and they are looking at camera as like, I don't know, something you showed them the dick, you
Yeah.
know.
Well, that one, that's this kind of idea that I have always. Not I have to get closer, like Robert Capa said. Like if you get closer, then get closer and closer, and your picture will be better. And I have this thing in my mind always. Okay, I have to get closer to get better pictures because it's like everyday improvement. And yeah, it's, in Berlin it's also difficult, no, with this how do you say that, this law that you can show pictures and the people get really angry. So I thought, okay, I'm gonna shoot tourists because they don't know the law and they're not gonna hit me back. And I saw this couple with the cameras. I thought, okay, they have cameras, they will understand me. So less fear for some. But I saw just the composition. I said, okay, it's really funny. It's really easy. I don't have to think much. I just have to come. They were sitting, so I get on my knees in front of them. They look at me like they look, no, surprised. And then I say, thank you. And I went. And I believe they went back to their countries like saying, okay, what happened? Somebody just photographed me. Okay. That was funny.
Yeah, it's really funny, and you can receive this feeling from the picture, and this is so nice. I think this is what I will love to see more in pictures of people. They the photography, it's really centered a lot on aesthetics and on this fashion part, also in Instagram, that influencing a lot our vision of the picture. And most of the time I ask to myself, where there are this kind of photographer like you in this case. I would say also like the style of Martin Parr. I love Martin Parr because
Wow.
he
Pleasure.
gets a lot of picture are so real, so fucking true. And in any case, the selection you do it is really funny. And this is something I think we don't have a lot today, um, especially
Yeah, I
because
think I think
our society, it's really focused in how to show yourself in the best way, in the better way, in the aesthetic way. And I think, why not is the best way when you are funny.
totally. I totally agree. And and I see also in Instagram now this going to one direction to showing street photography. I think it's mainly because of this private image law or rule that you can show faces because then you can go to court and etc. etc. And the people are trying to get it like really abstract, really minimal silhouettes, colors. No, it's going to that direction. And as you say, Martin Parr with color, Bruce Gilden, Gary Winograd. No, we're talking about, but there are now actual photographers that they make it the same, and it's also lovely to see that. It's like, oh, Daido Moriyama. They all say, I want to smell the photography.
Yeah, totally. I will love. I mean, for sure, I will launch an open call for the end of the year. Is about the trash. And when I talk about trash, there is a lot of things around. As a photographer, I really like to taking picture of the food smashed in the street, the trash people leave in the street, as you live in Berlin, you know there's a lot of trash. It's sometimes really,
Indeed,
really good aesthetic of trash,
totally.
and I have a collection of 10 years probably of food smashed in the street, of food left there. So a lot of doner kebab, a lot of apple, or a lot of peeled banana. They are just left there in the street, and rarely I ask to myself why people just put in the street that stuff. Is I think in a way also like the expression of the culture. It's a subculture, you know. We have here in Berlin this always to feel free to just left something about ourselves in the street. It's like, you know, it's like when the dog just pee on the street and mark the territory. It's the same, and I think it's the that's why we have this also full city of graffiti. That's because everyone want to leave a sign of I was here, I did this, or
Exactly. Yeah.
I want to be free, you know. And there is always this belonging for the freedom. And I want to ask you that in base of what I'm saying now, how much do you feel free in this city, and if this freedom also grew up with you during your process of photography?
Well, I have to be a little bit hard with the city of Berlin. I think in general with Germany, no, because I don't know if it's well expressed in English, but I feel that they are really jealous of their privacy, and they are not afraid of saying somebody, "Hey, don't do that on the street," and say it loud. No, I come from Spain, when the people is mostly shy,
Yeah.
even though the rest of the world said, no, they're Spanish, flamenco, paella, fiesta. When we go out, we are really shy. We are really shy, and I have the experience. I went to Madrid. Madrid is a big city also. People, the big cities, the capitals, people used to be not nice. Madrid, Berlin also is known for that. And comparing, I don't know, New York, for example, is the most famous. Like the people are assholes,
Yeah.
and they have their charm. Madrid is the same. They are really dry. They are nice people, but dry. But when you go with the camera and you photograph them 1 meter from the face, they look at you, you look at them, and they feel ashamed. So they are not. They don't want to punch you like in Berlin.
Yeah.
They instantly want to punch you. No, they run away. You can stay there. You are the master of the street. And in Berlin, I don't feel the same. I feel freedom, of course, to express myself. You can do whatever, everywhere. Doesn't matter. My girlfriend is living in Neukölln, and you have an amazing contrast there because it's full of hipsters, getting full of hipster, and then at the same time you have the traditional culture, Arabian and Turkish, that they are living there from decades. And yeah, as you see, I mean, myself, I did like a small portrait session with my girlfriend, and we made she made cheese, this melting cheese. We
Yeah.
made a dress out of it,
That's cool. That's really cool.
and we went to the street on Neukölln and we were making pictures, no? And they were just looking and say, "Oh,
So
so deep."
so Neukölln is we can say it's one of the places where you shoot more, or there are other areas you would definitely say you go often there.
No, I tend to go where the tourist or mainstream places are, so there are more people, and also not locals. The locals feel safe. I
Okay.
mean, to make you see how I see it, street photography, it's like I don't want to have problems, but I know I will have problems. So I'm always thinking how I'm gonna react. They see a camera, even though I'm not pointing them, they are coming to me. Hey, did you make me a picture? I say, well, man, I'm sitting here in the bus stop with a camera. They come to me to ask me for a picture. You know, maybe he was dealing with something. I don't know. You never know. But no, I Neukölln I had a bad experience, and probably deserve because yeah, I'm a little bit sometimes stupid. And it was like a park for children, and they were playing a lot, nice lights. No, It was snowing. Yeah, I
Yeah.
remember now. And I was shooting with film the scene, and one of the children saw me and came to me as 14 years old, 15 maybe. Hey, do you make a picture? That's in German, of course. I say, yeah, I was on my knees. Huh? And the guy, get up. And I was like, totally afraid of him. Ed, you have to delete the picture. And I was trying to explain him in German that I can't delete the picture because it's a film.
Yeah.
And he understood like it was a video. I say, no, this is a film. You know what's a film? The guy gets super angry at me, and he started to threaten me to punch me. I had to take the film out,
Fuck.
put it on the and for luck I didn't load it well, so I didn't lose pictures. I just lost a film, unused film. But yeah, I was like, okay, here you don't play, no, because it's their neighbor, and of course there were children, no,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
the border. And yeah, Neukölln I try to avoid. Although I always go to Hermannstraße, for example, in the station, in the train station up in the bridge.
Yeah.
There's a bus stop and they're full of characters, and it's
Yeah,
amazing.
it's always full of character there because also they go more away from. I mean, they go in the real Neukölln in the end.
Exactly.
Because you are in the new Neukölln. Uh, and yeah, I mean, during you was telling me that I was remembering some different moment also for me, but probably as I come from Naples, so I born in Naples.
Oh, nice city.
So
Love it.
I'm really used to this criminal style where everyone want to punch you, everyone want to kick you, everyone want to kill you.
Yeah.
There is no, I mean, it's rarely that you find someone say with courtesy or
I had,
delete the picture. Most of them they just say to you, if you don't delete the picture, I kill you. Easy. So
exactly.
in
Well, they
Berlin,
strike.
in Berlin, I had some experience. Like I remember two or three of them. One of these was in Kurfürstendamm, and I took a picture. I took a lot of picture with the flash in front of two guys, Turkish guy.
Oh.
So during the walk, they turned back and they told me, "Hey man, what are you doing? Why you took a picture?" And yeah, they wanted to, to provoke me. And I said to them, "Yeah, what's the problem? I took a picture of you." And they said, "Yeah." And one of them, they put it off the jacket, and they said, "Okay, I have no problem to kick you with my fucking camera on your face." And it was like, "What?" And I said, come here, don't worry, I kick you. I kick you, and then I take also a picture of you during I kick you. And they was really afraid of that, and they went away. And I share with you these stories because most of the time here the people are used to be the criminal one, but when they get in touch with someone is used to that,
Exactly.
they get really fucking afraid of that.
Yeah, they have a big mouth, and they're just waiting for your reaction. No, it's like
Yeah, even sometimes I just screamed in front of them in Neapolitan, and they don't understand, but they feel the slang,
exactly, exactly.
and then I'm also 2 meter and 10, so then they get really afraid of.
Well,
Yeah. So,
that helps.
but even sometimes,
I have to go more with you in the street,
yeah,
man.
for sure. That was what I was thinking. When you come back in Berlin, I will love to go shooting with you sometimes because I want also see how much you push yourself to taking picture portrait in. You said 1 meter, but sometimes I go really closer. I mean, really on the face of the people. Even I remember the last weekend. I started to shoot some film picture using the face of people to create the construction of the perspective, so the
Wow,
frame of the picture, and
full frame. Huh?
they was really not understanding what I was doing because most of the time this is the point. If you watch too much in the camera, if you show too much the camera, they are getting really afraid. But when I saw that when you don't show the camera a lot, and sometimes I shoot with this Minox here, is a little one, really little one.
Nice. Yeah, I had that one.
So they really don't see the camera. So then you can go really close to them face in this distance. Probably sometimes they are just seated on the left or on the right, and
Yeah.
I use them in that way. And I shoot the picture, and they don't listen the click here because it's really
It's like a toy.
silent.
Okay.
And it's so really funny because you know they are you're taking picture of them or what they are doing, or so. Even sometimes I go behind them, I shoot them the picture when they watch the phone. There are many
Yeah,
different stories about
you
that.
have this 1 minute when they are thinking, realizing, and then you are already in the next
Yeah, you
corner.
are already away. Most of the time they look and they start to think, okay, he did the picture, he did not, I didn't watch anymore. Most of the time when I teach to my alum in my class, and I say, okay, when you take a picture, take the picture, but then go on, never watch behind you. Don't watch behind you, because in the moment you watch behind you, it's clearly that
Connection.
no, you took a picture.
Yeah.
And to close this 15 minutes is already 20 minutes right now.
Whoa.
I want to ask you the most, one of the most funny things you have seen in Berlin.
Wow, it's difficult, man. Not to. Well, I wouldn't. Funny wasn't for that time, but now I think about it, and it was pretty funny for my situation, the whole situation. So I was suffering, and I'm still suffering of anxiety and depression. But what
Yeah.
it's not about. And I wasn't living in Berlin that time. I was living in an island of Germany on Sylt. It's in the border with Denmark. And when I was 12 years ago living in Berlin, and I met what are my friends now, they're in Madrid. And since then, since we were living in Berlin that time, we are really close, and we always have Berlin in our minds. No? So after that time, I was living in Germany, and I told them, okay, let's meet in Berlin. And say, okay, cool. So they were gonna come to Berlin, and I came before, like 2 days before, and I had this heat with anxiety. I didn't know what happened, blah blah. So I was really out of my place, and I was alone in Berlin, walking on the street, and then suddenly, with this feeling of not reality, and then I saw a person, a guy, I think was fully covered with latex, but with also the face, and with high heels like 20-30 centimeters, walking in the middle of what was that? Friedrichstraße.
Okay.
I was in the center, like nothing. And I was there, and I say, "Fuck, it's me, or is it real, or it's me that I'm feeling like so bad that I'm seeing that,
Yeah.
And I was going around and checking, and I see it, and I check. I almost just touch my face again. Okay, that's happening. It's happening. And the guy was just walking without seeing anything because the mask was without holes.
Yeah.
On the street like that, and I say, okay. Welcome back to Berlin.
Welcome back to Berlin. Yes, it's a thing I always think about. It's really funny. Okay, so I thank you a lot for this time together, and I hope
Thank you.
for sure to have more podcasts, more and also shooting together in the street of Berlin, for sure. And
I hope so, man.
If anyone want to watch the work of Guillermo, you can find the link in the description for Instagram and Behance. I really advise to watch the picture of him because they are really nice, and the perspective is something really particular. I have seen a lot of picture in Berlin, especially from photographer of the street in Berlin, and that picture are really unique, I think. So thank you a lot.
Thank you very much, Emiliano. Thank you for the exposure you give us, and for your time, because that's really helped for us. It's a really good feedback, and you feel that you love it, and it's really nice to have you.
You're really welcome. Thanks for listening to our podcast. Learn more about our project at allmylinks.com/BerlinExplorer or visit our Instagram and follow BerlinExplorer project.